Last week, I was lucky enough to be invited to an event where I got to play the new Far Cry game, Far Cry New Dawn. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to skip movie and game trailers nowadays simply because I find they spoil things way too much. The last thing I wanted to do at this event was progress the story and ruin it for myself, so I decided to take a different approach. I thought that it would be cool to visit the location of Easter eggs in Far Cry 5 in Far Cry New Dawn. For those that aren't aware, New Dawn takes place in Hope County, 17 years after the bad ending of Far Cry 5. And after the ending of 5, it's safe to say the game world has changed quite a bit. Perhaps even more than I thought it would. For example, one of Far Cry 5's most popular Easter eggs were the appearance of red balloons. These balloons were a reference to Pennywise the Clown, and you could find 2 in total, including one at a haunted house. Many people thought, myself included, that we might see some sort of Pennywise appearance in the game, either as DLC or as an Easter egg, but nothing ever materialised. So the first thing I did when I got my hands on New Dawn was head to the location of the balloon to see if I could find anything. When I got there, this is what I found. Yep, a big fat nothing. Now at first I was really disappointed that the drain had been covered up, but then I thought, well, at least that means Ubisoft haven't been lazy and reused Easter eggs, which should mean we have loads of new Easter eggs to find. The next location I wanted to investigate was the creepy mannequin town. You know, the one where mannequins had been set up in different poses, some more classily than others. Well, it turns out that again, this area of the map looks completely different to how it did in Far Cry 5.
Now it's all I'm gonna do till the day
Again, this is great news for Easter egg hunters, as we have a whole new world to explore and hopefully a ton of new Easter eggs to find. Something that I did find when exploring this post-apocalyptic version of Hope County were references to the father, Joseph Seed. Throughout the game you can find cards with messages like this. So it seems that despite the fate of Joseph Seed still unknown, his followers are still very loyal. You can also find these tent things set up around certain parts of the map. Now at first I thought they said "Where's Rook?", Rook being the nickname of the playable character from Far Cry 5. But after completing a certain side mission, which I won't share here due to spoilers, I soon realised it said "Where's the book?". I promise this will all make sense when you get your hands on the game. Another cool location I found was that of Joseph Seed's compound. You may recognise the location from the intro of Far Cry 5 where you had to walk through it to arrest Seed. As you can see, the area is now almost completely submerged, but it's still really cool to take a look around. I also travelled to Dutch's underground bunker to see what had changed there, but I won't include that in this video as it has a lot of notes and hints as to what happened to certain characters after the end of Far Cry 5 that I don't want to spoil. Also, there's actually a side mission that I really enjoyed where you go around and match photos with the locations in the game world. These were really fun to find and a great way to showcase how the ending of Far Cry 5 affected the game world in New Dawn. There was also this room I found with loads of Billy Bass fish on the walls. Now if you recall, there was a singing Billy Bass Easter egg in Far Cry 5 and I thought that's what this was. I hit record and prepared to move on. Then I found a ladder leading to this room, so I climbed back up the ladder, memorised the order the fish moved in, went back downstairs and unlocked a prepper stash. A pretty cool if simple puzzle, but it made me feel like my exploration was rewarded. One thing you may notice when you play the game is that the map is smaller than Far Cry 5. I spoke to a developer of the game and he said it's about 3/4 the size of the map in 5, and at first I was a little concerned. Usually the next game in this series is supposed to do things bigger than the previous game, but after listening to his reasoning behind this decision and experiencing it for myself, I think it was a good move. Instead of large stretches of nothingness, I never went more than 30 seconds of travel without finding something to explore or interact with. It's great having a big map, but if that map feels empty, then what's the point? Overall, I left the event feeling much more positive about Far Cry New Dawn. The game world has changed in a big way, something which I for one really appreciate. The game looks absolutely stunning, all the footage you're seeing was captured on a PS4 Pro, and there is so much to see and do that you'll never get bored. It just feels like a tighter, more focused game than Far Cry 5, which is perfect for me. And there's so much I haven't even mentioned. Mutated animals? Check. A gun that fires saw blades? Check. A gun that fires saw blades that can hit multiple enemies in one shot? Big check.
I'm gonna rush him! Watch me!
Far Cry New Dawn releases on the 15th of February, a day where loads of other games are releasing too, but I think I've seen enough in my 3 hours of the game to justify recommending this as a day one purchase for any fans of the Far Cry series. So that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you're interested in Far Cry New Dawn in the comments down below. If you're a fan of Easter eggs, secrets and attention to detail in video games, then hit subscribe as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.